All right, welcome to God Talk Life Walk. And today I want to start off as this is episode 1 of God Talk Life Walk, where we're going to kind of introduce you to our journey and really talking about what that most basic quality of life we all seek and how we can achieve that. That basic quality is peace. Now I've got notes here that I'm going to be peeking down on. I don't have a screen behind me with the script, if you will, is flashing by. So if I look down, that's why I'm just checking my notes. We all want peace. There are conferences that are made that deal with finding peace, how to find peace in the world. There are treaties between nations trying to achieve a peaceful relationship with one another, because when you're at war, there is no peace. When there's no war, there chances of a sense of peace is greater. So we write peace treaties. We have songs and poems expressing that universal desire for peace. We have studies and journal articles. People make speeches. They do podcasts. And there are various proclamations made for achieving peace. Peace and laying out various pathways to achieve that peace, that hopefully a true and lasting peace. The fact is, we all, like I said at the beginning, we all want peace. Now, there's two types of peace that we tend to want. The first is external peace. External peace is dealing with when you're dealing with wars, when you're dealing with catastrophe, say earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, other natural events around us. It can be personal conflicts at your workplace or between family members. That's the external. It's like things or situations, forces coming at you from outside of you. That, boy, and sometimes, I mean, they seem to come all at once. And we desire to have peace from that. And there are ways that we can achieve that. We can have meetings between people that we're having conflict with and try to resolve those conflicts. There's wars that we can try to, as I said earlier, try to find a peaceful resolution to, write up treaties and so forth. There are other aspects of or types of external conflict, peace takers, that we have no control over. We can't control the weather as much as people think that, and scientists are trying to control weather, and it's humorous but frustrating at the same time. We try a lot of stuff to try to control weather. We see clouds and everything else, but really the bottom line is we can't control weather. when a hurricane comes, you're not going to stop that hurricane. Now you can prepare and for the hurricane and make stronger structures and put boards up over your windows and all of that those types of measures to mitigate the effects of the storm. But you're not going to stop that storm. And the anxiety that a storm causes is still going to be there. You can't stop an earthquake. When the earth is going to rumble, it's going to rumble. And so, it's just these things we try to mitigate. We try to get away from, move to other areas that aren't inclined to have these types of extreme weather and geological events happening. But there's always something, and you can't escape that. But so we want that. But we want that external peace. But it seems to be fleeting. Treaties are broken. Wars continue. We're never going to get away from that aspect, that onslaught. In addition to wanting external peace, we want, and even to a greater extent, internal peace. Because even in times of external conflict, you can still, if you have internal peace, that makes it so much easier to deal with the external conflict. But finding that internal peace, dealing with those internal conflicts can be sometimes even harder than the external conflicts. Internal peace involves that which is beyond just negative emotional responses to external trials. Internal peace is different than happiness. Happiness depends on external peace. What's happening around you. Internal peace does not depend on that. And so that's what we truly want. With internal peace, again, your circumstances in life may vary at any time. Even though the external situation is unpleasant, you can still ride out the storm, so to speak, the external storm, by having an internal calm. And so that internal calm, that internal sense of well-being, of sense of security, sense of that confidence is, I think, what we want more than anything else, more than riches, because having riches doesn't necessarily bring about peace. It may bring about a high level of security in many ways and kind of give you that sense of external peace. But riches don't solve the issue of whether or not you have internal peace. Being poor doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have internal peace. So that internal peace is something anybody can have, and everybody truly desires above all else. Internal peace is that which dives deep down into your soul, which is the essence of your being. This is the area where we find the essence of who we are, our being. What transpires there deep in our soul determines the quality of life that we experience, whether the external situation is good or bad. It's how we handle that. It helps us to get through that type of the chaos that may be around you. Unlike the fleeting nature of external peace, internal peace is something that can be lasting. It can even be permanent. External peace, that's not permanent. That's not lasting. It's very fleeting, like a vapor. But that internal peace has to be found the right way. It has to be founded on reality, true reality. For some, internal peace is people seek to achieve eternal peace through meditative exercise, whether it's mental or physical exercise. Some folks may utilize repetitive chants to try to seek harmony with self and the natural world around you. I recently came across a therapy called somatic experiencing, where peace is achieved through the restoration of the body's natural rhythms, such as sleep, digestion, and emotional regulation. And that all sounds good. And for sure, when you're in good health and your system, your physical system, your body is working as it was designed to work and as it works best, when all that is in order, you are going to feel better. You should feel better in many ways. But just like you can be very wealthy and lack internal peace, you could be very physically fit and lack internal peace. Because your physical is kind of external in the sense that it's not your soul. Your soul is not your physical makeup. This physical body, your organs and so forth, that's not really you. It's what's in your soul that is you. And so you could take care of that your body, and you should take care of your body, but even that, it can't bring you true eternal or true internal peace. And so we struggle with that. We so want that internal peace. Okay, so that's what's bringing me to how do we achieve internal peace. I like a quote. It's one of my favorite quotes that a guy, Augustine of Hippo, he was a theologian and philosopher, lived in North Africa from 354 to 430 AD. He accurately stated, "You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our heart is restless until it finds rest in you." And that is so true. As I said in this channel's intro video, when I finally came to Christ, I said, "You're right, Lord. I'm wrong. I'm bad. I got issues that I can't resolve, and God, I need you. I need you to save my soul." And I put my trust in Christ, who died to pay the penalty for my sin. And so I was at peace with God. And we're gonna talk about this in subsequent videos. So basically, to know true internal peace, you have to be able to answer 3 questions. Who am I? Why am I here? And where am I going? The next 3 videos, I'm going to deal with each one of those separately. And so basically, who am I? That is, what is the essence of my being? What is my makeup? Spiritually, I don't know how to describe that. What is the essence of your being and your existence? And then, why am I here? I struggle with trying to reconcile, if there was no God, What was the purpose of life? Just to live here and to experience many hardships, a few good times, but if there is no purpose after this, if there is no reality after this, why am I here? And if there is a reality, what is that reality? And then the third question is, where am I going? And again, so when this life is done, what's going to happen next? Does the way I live in this life affect what's going to happen next? And so I look forward to doing these videos. And so we're gonna take these truths and we're gonna apply it to our daily life. And we're gonna open up the Bible and we're gonna discuss, who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.